If you struggle to set boundaries, good, because where you think boundaries are is probably wrong. And that's why you keep failing. And so this video is about why your boundaries keep failing, and it's not what you think. Most advice tell you to set boundaries, to be firm, to just say no. Stand your ground, build walls to protect yourself. But here's the truth, boundaries are not walls. And most importantly, they are not something you force on people. Real boundaries are agreement, and before you can create an agreement, you need to be clear on what you are protecting. I have spent years studying relationship dynamics and communication patterns, and what I have found out is that people who succeed in setting boundaries do something completely different in the first 48 hours. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3-step framework that actually works. But we are starting with the step most people ignore. Step 1, get clear on what you are protecting. Before you tell anyone what your boundaries are, you need to answer this question. What am I actually protecting? Not what you think you should protect, but what you need to protect. Is it your time? Is it your energy? Is it your peace? Is it your values? Write it down. Be specific, because vague boundaries create vague results. For example, I need to protect my mornings is vague. I need to protect 6 to 9 a.m. for focused work without interruption is clear. And one thing, the why matters too. When you know why something matters, you can communicate the boundary easily without feeling guilty about it. For example, I need to protect my energy at work is vague, but I need to focus all my energy on the tasks that are assigned for me rather than the tax assigned to my colleagues is clear. I need to protect my finances is vague. I need to protect the amount that I invest every month towards my retirement is clear. Now, once you have clarity, here's where most people make their second mistake. They think that they need to be harsh to be taken seriously. But let's see what happens when you flip the script. Boundaries fail when they sound like an ultimatum. So instead of, you can't call me after 9 p.m., a better version will be, I don't take calls after 9 p.m. But the best version is, hey, I'm protecting my energy in the evenings to rest. Can we set a time earlier in the day to connect? See the difference? One creates resistance, while the other creates collaboration. You are inviting the other person to be part of the solution. And this works because people don't resist what they helped create. So the best way is to frame your boundary as something that benefits both of you. So let's say, for example, that your friend always calls you during your working hours. Now, a harsh version will be, don't call me during working hours. A better version will be, I don't take calls during work hours. But the best version would be, I am usually busy with work in the morning. But if we can schedule our calls after lunch, I'll be more present and helpful for you. You see, now they will want to respect the boundary because it serves them too. Okay, but what happens when someone ignores your boundary anyway? This is where the real test begins, and this is where most people cave. So let me show you the move that changes everything. A boundary without a consequence is just a suggestion. We as humans, we need consequences to follow through something. When the street light turns red, you don't stop because you respect the color red. You stop because you know there is a consequence. There is a fine. You can hit someone and it can cause an accident. So the consequence, it is actually what is driving you to follow the rule. The same applies to boundaries. But here's the key. Consequences and boundaries are not punishments. They are just what happens next. If someone calls you after 9 p.m., after you said that you will not be available, you just don't pick up. Then you can follow up the next day. Hey, I saw your call last night. I'm available now if you still want to talk. If you have already declared a boundary that you don't accept random visits without calls, when someone shows up at your door, you don't open for them. When you lend someone money and they don't pay back, if they ask again, you just don't give them. No anger, no guilt trip, just consistency. The consequence is natural. You're not trying to teach them a lesson. You are just honoring what you said you would do. And this is how you build trust in your own words. And when people see that you are consistent, they adjust. And let me be honest with you, not all people adjust to your boundaries. Healthy people who respect you will respect your limits, but The ones that have been using you for all those years and benefiting of you having no boundaries, of course, they will try to fight them. They will try to guilt trip you. And maybe they will just disappear. And that is completely fine because you don't need them. This is what boundaries do. They filter the relationship around you. They keep the good ones and they get rid of the toxic ones. Now, here's the part that nobody talks about. The real reason why boundaries feel so hard in the first place, which is the fear of losing connection. Most boundary struggles are not about the other person. They are about your fear. Fear that if you set a boundary, you will be perceived as difficult. Fear that people will leave you. Fear that you are being selfish. But here's what I want you to understand. People who respect you will respect your boundaries. People who don't were never respecting you in the first place. A boundary reveals the truth, it doesn't create it. And yes, some people will push back. Yes, some people will leave. And that is not a failure of your boundary. That is a boundary working right for you. It is just filtering the relationships that were costing you more than what they were giving you. So instead of treating boundaries like walls you force people to respect, now you know that there are arguments that you create together. So first, you are going to get clear on what you are protecting. Second, you are going to communicate it as an invitation, not a demand. And third, you are going to follow through with calm and natural consequences. And finally, release the fear that boundaries will cost you connections. They won't. The right connections get stronger and the wrong ones reveal themselves. That is not a bug, that is a boundary future. If there's only one thing that you can leave this video with is this. Let's say this is you, and this is a friend, a colleague, whoever. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are bridges. They help the right connection get stronger, and the bad ones, they don't make it. If this shifted how you think about boundaries, I would like to hear what step hit you the hardest. Just comment 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now you know the basis of setting boundaries, but if you are confused where to actually start from, watch this video next where I teach you how to start setting boundaries in the easy mode in 3 different layers. See you there.